Welcome sa pinakaabangan nindong programa kada Sabado, alas 10 sundo alas 11 ning pagkaaga. Ang weekly online community forum kan Hapot Mo, Simbag Ko. Live hali sa syudad ni Naga, uya na si Abogado Juan.
Hapot Mo, Simbag Ko. Saro po ining public service program kan sa tuya man na private practice bilang sarong abogado. Ang pag-uurlayan po ngunyan, manungod po sa freedom, manungod po sa libertad, kalayaan. Ano po? Sigun po sa Article 3, Section 4, kan sa tuya pong 1987 Constitution, no law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, to petition the government for redress of grievances. Namimiligro daw po ang freedom of expression. Iribahan po kita sa pansampulong edisyon kan programang Hapot Mo, Simbag Ko, Weekly Online Community Forum. Ini po si Attorney John Bongat, Abogado Juan, mabuelta kita, Araachan.
After being repeatedly threatened by the president for coverage he didn't like, critics say ABS-CBN has become the latest casualty of Rodrigo Duterte's silencing of dissent. The largest television network and a major news provider was forced to shut down as broadcasters are covering the coronavirus pandemic. Some say it reminds them of the 21 years of martial rule under the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos, who first closed the network in 1972.
This attack on legitimate media, together with the recently passed anti-terror law, is a throwback in the time of autocratic rule under Marcos. Citizens, you have been warned. Your civil liberties have been eroded. Your democracy is shrinking fast.
Around 460.
ABS-CBN's network's license expired in early May, and it was forced off the air. Most of its 11,000 workers had been expecting to return to work, but were disappointed.
The resolution to deny ABS-CBN's franchise application is hereby adopted.
Duterte's allies in the House of Representatives overwhelmingly rejected renewing the license for the next 25 years. Media watchdogs say it's a black day for a country once regarded as a bastion of press freedom.
This move solidifies the tyranny of President Rodrigo Duterte, who has accused ABS-CBN of slights against him and politically targeted for refusing to toe the government's line and criticizing his so-called war on drugs.
Duterte had accused the network of favoring other candidates in the 2016 campaign and reporting unfairly on his presidency. The broadcaster denied those accusations, but that did little to help keep it on air. Andrew Chappelle, Al Jazeera.
Welta po kita sa programang Hapot Mo, Simbag Ko, Weekly Online Community Forum. Tulo po ang sa tuya magiging bisita ngunyan. Enot po ang sa tuya pong bistado na, di po sa Bicolandia. Siya po si Miss Riza Mostar. Nagpoon po siya bilang reporter kan ABS-CBN Bicol hasta naging anchor kan lokal na news program na TV Patrol Bicol. Naging executive producer kan Marhay na Aga Kapamilya. 13 taon na dedikadong nagserbisyo sa publiko bilang sarong journalist. Saro po siya sa mga casualties sa pagsara kan ABS-CBN sa maabot na August 31 ang sa indong last airing kan TV Patrol Bicol. Maray na aga sa imo, Riza.
Maray na aga, Abogado Juan.
Salamat na maray sa imong pagpaunra digdi sa tuyang programa. Araachan, magkakaigwa kita ning dikit na pag-urulay-ulay. Ano daw ang nangyayari na sa ABS-CBN? Siriman kasi imong personal na eksperyensya bilang sarong news anchor and reporter kan ABS-CBN Bicol. So salamat na maray, Risa. Ang ikaduwata pong guest, bisita po ngayon, iyo po si Attorney Perfecto Don Bragais III. Siya po sarong former city legal officer. Ano po? Actually, si Attorney Don po, legal officer ko for the entire duration of my tenure as mayor of the city of Naga from 2010 to 2011. 2010 to 2019. Ano? Sala. Siya po sarong practicing lawyer. Welcome to the program, Attorney Don.
Sir, Mayor, Abogado Juan, sa pag-imbita mo sa kuya ko.
Salamat na maray sa imong pagpaonra ngunyan na aldaw. Asin po, maswerte kita ta ngunyan na aldaw, pigpaonran po kita. Kang sarong matibay na abogada, sarong pong sikat na anchor. Siya po co-host of the daily morning primetime program Karambola over DWIZ Manila 882 kilohertz. Saro po siyang produkto kan UP College of Law. Live via Zoom. Magandang umaga sa iyo, Attorney Trixie. Good morning.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga, maraming salamat.
Sa iyong,
maraming salamat sa pag-ibig sa aking ngayong araw na ito.
So thank you very much for honoring our invitation. Napakalaking honra din na maging parte ka ng ating episode 10 ng programang Hapot Mo, Simbag Ko, Weekly Online Community Forum. Ngayon po, so salamat sa tuyang tulong guests. So, bago po kita padagos asin makaulay kan sa tuya pong duwang batikan na abogado sa po via Zoom from Manila and Attorney Don Bragais live digdi po sa tuyang studio. Digdi ko na kita ki Miss Riza. Ay, Riza, kumusta?
Maray na daw po sa mga nagdadalan kan Hapot Mo, Simbag Ko, Abogado Juan. Ini po, attorney, padagos na. Pigsusulit si mga huring aldaw bilang reporter po kan Kapamilya Network.
So, pag sinabi mong huring aldaw kan Kapamilya Network, rin talagang huring aldaw na airing kang TV Patrol Bicol?
As per advice kan management, August 28 will be the last airing kan TV Patrol Bicol. And our last day as an employee kan ABS-CBN, August 31.
Base sa iyong introduction kasabago, 13 years ka na naging parte ka ng ABS-CBN. How does it feel na suddenly sa iyong pigmira na karera bilang sarong dedikadong journalist mapuputol sa August 31?
Talagang salingoy ka sa kung kasuarin ka nagpuon. 13 taon, garo marikason sa attorney 13 taon. Lalo na pag padangat mo ang ginigubo mo, pag yaong si fulfillment sa trabaho mo. Pero sa loob po kan 13 taon, kadakol pong nanudan, kadakol na experiensya. Minsan, mapupungot ka, mauyam ka, maaagot ka. Minsan nadadara mo sa harong mo si epekto kan oral daw na trabaho. Nalilingaw ka, nayaw ka na pala sa harong nindo. Nasa sistema ko nasa sistema mina bilang mga journalist, bilang mga reporter kan ABS-CBN. Sige niliburo daw.
Nagsabong lang sa isip mo na mangyayari sa buhay mo bilang sarong dedicated journalist.
Day po talaga. Kumbaga, sabi ko nga naglawag ako sa ABS-CBN sa pananaw na sa pagtubod na established ang ABS-CBN. Kumbaga, yung dyan sitiwala kan publiko. Naglawag ako dahil inspiration ko sigsasabi in the service of the Filipino. So talagang Dahil ko piguna, dahil ko lubos na isip na mangyayari sa kumpanya.
So what are the next steps for Miss Riza Mostar? Pag-iidolo ka na Lulping Bicolano, bako lang sa Bicolandia, kundi sa interno kinaban.
Sa kunyan, attorney, ito nga kumbaga, nalamnam ko pa, sasagong kumbaga, si mga huring aldaw, si ABS-CBN. Yaon si mga opsyon na kung saan ako liwat malakaw, kung saan ako liwat mapurbar magtalo o giraray. Pero sa ngunyan, may pa pong kumbaga definite na na
so may kang definite plans for
no definite plans yet
for yourself,
for myself. Oo, pero yaon si mga options like kung saan ba ako dapat na saan ko ba dapat i-focus na lang sa diri ko, kung dapat ba ipadagos ko kung ano sinapunan ko.
Hindi mo nito siling kabumutakan ka na mga reporters, anchors, DJs, mga empleyado in general kang ABS-CBN, nationwide and even worldwide. Sa sarong Riza Mostar, ano yan? Makulog, sabi mo? Makulog.
Makulog. Kumbaga, dahil mo maipaliwanag si kulog na namamati mo. Well, siguro si pinakamakulog na physically na namati ko dati si pag-labor. Pero iling bagay sa nangyari sa ABS-CBN.
Dinaog pa si pag-labor.
Garon din dinaog. Oo, kasi bako lang ako ang affected. Libong empleyado, as in, milyong Pilipino po siya apektado.
Okay. Sarap po si Miss Riza Mostar sa talagang maray ang reputasyon bilang sarong journalist dito po sa Bicolandia. Attorney Don kita, Attorney Don Panyero, maray na pagkaaga. Maray pa tayo sa inyong pagka-atado. Attorney Don, ang topic tayo niya about freedom of expression in general, speech, press, in particular, assembly. So, gabos yan forms of expression under the Constitution, particularly under Section 4, Article 3, Bill of Rights. Ganyan, pinag-uulayan ta manungod sa kamutakan na ng ABS-CBN, kaya yaong po digdi kay banata sa studio si Miss Riza Mostar. Ano ang epekto kay ABS-CBN closure sa tuyang Bill of Rights, particularly the basic right to free expression?
Well, depende po kung saan hahapoton mo. May masasabi, may magsasabi na mayroong effect ang closure or anday pagpasan ng franchise, bagong franchise sa ABS-CBN sa freedom of expression, freedom of the press. May magsasabi din na it will have a chilling effect on journalists, on media outlets to better be careful. So, depende kung sino ang tatanungin mo. Depende din siyempre kung ang sagot depende sa linging ng tao.
Okay. Attorney Trixie, Attorney Don, habang pig-connecta si Attorney Trixie, anong masasabi mo na ining pagsara kang ABS-CBN, nagkaigobagang burutuhan sa Congress, ano? Is it a political issue or can other branches of government like the executive and the judiciary makiaram digdiyo sa isyong ini sa pagburutuhan na i-renew itong franchise kan ABS-CBN?
Well, it has always been a political issue, Abogado Juan. If you look back doon sa reason kung bakit napunta dito sa non-renewal ng franchise, may mga pronouncements ang presidente na hindi niya ipaparenew yung franchise for several reasons. May mga yung sa kampo niya may mga sinabi kung ano ang mga rason. Magmula sa hindi pag-air ng mga commercials, parang sinasabi ng camp ni President yung pagbaliwala sa kanya during the campaign. So, it has always been political. Ngayon, kung pwede makialam ang two other branches of government, nakialam na nga ang Congress, but the Congress is, if you look at what's happening, it is controlled by the President. Kung ano sabihin ng Presidente, doon ang Congress.
Okay.
Sunod yung Congress.
Actually, ibig sabihin ko ng political question, of course, apart from the literal meaning of political, ibig sabihin it's an issue that should be resolved exclusively by one branch of government, which is the legislature. Because the power to grant, renew, and even to revoke franchises belongs to that particular branch of government. But ibig kong sabihin, kung nagbotohan naman, nagkaroon ng bilangan, majority, nagsasabi na hindi i-renew, pwede bang i-question ang wisdom ng ating mga mambabatas?
Pwedeng i-question? Hindi.
Hindi pwede.
Because kasi sa procedure, sa Constitution natin,
at saka sa doctrine of separation of powers.
Sa Constitution natin, may separation of powers. The law emanates from Congress, and the franchise is a law.
Okay, so paano mo ngayon masasabi, Panyero, Attorney Don, na yung mga tao nagsasabi mali ang Congress? I mean, the congressmen are the representatives of the people, and sinasabi ng manlang people, ng mga tao, na ba't naman hindi ni-renew yung franchise ng ABS-CBN?
That's unfortunate kasi supposedly the representatives of the people, the congressmen, should represent the sentiments of their people, of their constituents. Ang nangyayari, the congressmen are representing themselves.
Okay. So back to you, Attorney Trixie. Hello. Magandang umaga uli. Attorney Trixie, are you back online?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me na? Okay na?
So, nagkaroon tayo ng konting problema sa connection. Attorney Trixie, napakinggan niyo yung sinabi ni Attorney Don kanina. I was asking Attorney Don whether the issue of the granting or the revocation of franchise, non-renewal, and so on and so forth, belongs exclusively to Congress. Ngayon, ang tanong, pwede bang pakialaman yan ng ibang sangay ng ating pamahalaan?
So, it depends. Ano yung pinakikialaman ng Kongreso? Bawal lang ang Kongreso mag-restrict ng free speech. Pero maaari po silang mag-restrict at mag-regulate ng korporasyon which is being given a privilege. In this case, a franchise is a privilege dahil wala nga ma-claim na right dito ang ABS-CBN to something that the state owes to them. Walang utang ang estado na prangkisa sa kanila. So yes, pwede siyang pakialaman, pwede siyang i-regulate, pwede siyang lagyan ng batas. At in this case, dahil sole discretion ng Kongreso ang pag-grant ng franchise, then yes, they can exercise this power to withhold franchise in view of its oversight functions of corporations.
Malinaw, Panyera, Trixie, malinaw ang inyong explanation na exclusive power of Congress to grant, renew, or revoke a franchise because it is a privilege. Ibig sabihin, pribilehiyo siya na ibinigay ng Kongreso, pribilehiyo din na pwedeng tanggalin kung merong mga violations. Ngayon, meron kasi, Panyera, na mga nagsasabi din, mga lawyers groups and even the general public sympathizing with ABS-CBN na mukhang na ano yata, na railroad o kaya na-impluensyahan yung desisyon ng Kongreso ng ating presidente. Can you comment on that, Panyera?
In order to, ako kasi I will require proof of that. Yes, the President has expressed displeasure dito sa korporasyon na ito. Gayunpaman, hindi maaapektuhan ng kahit anumang sabihin ng Pangulo ang ebidensya na pinipresenta dito sa Kongreso. Halimbawa, dun pa lang po sa pagta-turn over post-1986 ng ABS-CBN to the Lopez family, wala po silang mapakitang pruweba dun sa sa arbitration. There were in fact 2 arbitrations regarding ABS-CBN. Pero ang meron lang po, dahil merong Supreme Court decision pertaining to the first arbitration, kaya lang natin nalaman na meron ganon. But the second arbitration pertained to the lease of property of supposedly belonging to ABS-CBN leased to PTV4. Again, there is no indication here, no evidence, no paper trail, no decision of any court that says that ABS-CBN was rightly reacquired by the Lopezes post-EDSA dahil validly sequestered siya, and nobody has ever questioned that it was sequestered in 1972 under Letter of Instructions number 1 and Letter of Instructions number 1-A circa 72. So, what are they saying? Are they saying this was railroaded? It will depend. Ano ba ang definition natin ng railroaded? If you say na minadali ito, there were 13 hearings being held by Congress during a time when it is in recess and at a time when there is a pandemic. Now, is it railroading when you have 13 consecutive sessions where in all of those sessions, ABS-CBN was represented by counsel, they were present, and there was so much time. They spent whole days just hearing this. Is that railroading? Would you also call it railroading, therefore, if it was held, let's say the hearings that were held by GMA, how many hearings did they have? They had about 3, 4, maybe 5. But would it also still be railroading kung 2014 pa lang nag-umpisa na dapat ang mga hearings na ito? Ngunit ABS-CBN mismo ang hindi nagpatuloy ng sarili nilang hearing because they refused to present their own documents to the 16th Congress. So I think that the use of the word railroading here is gratuitous. Ibig sabihin, define nyo muna ano bang ibig sabihin ninyo ng railroaded and just how much time did you want Congress to take in order for it to be not called railroading.
Okay, maraming salamat, Panyera, Attorney Trixie. Any reaction from Attorney Don Bragais?
Well, sa issue on railroading, doon sa tanong mo, Abogado Juan.
Well, I'm just quoting the public, you know.
Okay. Well, personally, I don't see na may railroading din, precisely because there were hearings conducted to hear the side of ABS-CBN. What's suspicious is this is not the first time that ABS-CBN has renewed its franchise.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you mean? 25 years ago?
25 years ago, nagpa-renew din ang ABS-CBN. Mm-hmm. Kumuha din ng franchise. Why is it that these issues were not raised then? Mm-hmm. If these issues that were raised now are valid?
Panyera, Attorney Trixie, napakinggan niyo yung sinasabi ni Attorney Don na yung nabanggit nyo kanina tungkol sa sequestration and other issues related to the yung pag-take over ng mga Lopezes after umalis after martial law. But hindi nakita yun 25 years ago yung mga issue na yan nung ni-renew yung franchise ng ABS-CBN?
Excellent question. Actually, that's something that we should be asking the congressmen who are in charge of that franchise hearing. What I'm saying here is that just because it was not seen in 25 years ago does not mean it cannot be brought up now. Kasi nga, it has never been answered satisfactorily. Halimbawa, we know that the late Eugenio Lopez Jr. was under trial for subversion at the time that he escaped into the United States. Why is this important? Because the sequestration was precisely for that purpose, for the purpose of determining whether it should be returned because it is an instrument of a crime called subversion. And Mr. Lopez was at the time undergoing a military court-martial. Now, when he came back, they just took over ABS-CBN without so much as a buyer leave. Senator Lorenzo Tañada just demanded of the Cory government, and 7 months later, it is transferred back to them. Where is the paper trail? What I'm saying is that, you know, until and such a time as this has been satisfactorily proven or satisfactorily explained, even for just the purposes of history, there will be this cloud, and that cloud is sufficient for the congressmen to exercise their judgment and their discretion as to whether or not a franchise should be granted here. But you know that it's not just the ownership that was granted here, that was at issue here. It was, of course, the tax evasion, and I call it evasion because the use of Big Dipper violates Revenue Regulation 2-2013, which has all the hallmarks of what we call transfer pricing. So add that to the labor violations, add that to the violations of the NTC rules, add that to the fact that they are violating PD 576A, which prohibits dual networks or more than a single franchise for one corporation. And you can see na dito, sufficiente na doon sa pag-exercise ng discretion ng ating mga kongresista para sabihin, teka muna, wag muna kayong bigyan ng prangkisa.
Maraming salamat, Panyera, Attorney Trixie. Bago tayo magpatuloy, meron pong comment, Esperanza, from Miss Esperanza Prima, feeling entitled ang ABS, 25 years, iba ang komposisyon ng Congress. Nandyan din po si nanonood, si Kagawad Andres Espina, si Brute, and Mr. Former Kagawad Fernando Calderon. Marahay na aga po, Abogado Juan. Very interesting topic po. And of course, Kagawad Hil Belen of Dengdang also watching. As in, kagurgulpi pa pong nagdadaralan. Attorney Don, igod ang mga violations. Kaya nag-abot sa pag-deny kadtong renewal, aninhuli nga ni may mga violations ang ABS-CBN as a corporation. So anong masasabi mo dyan?
Well, for me, these so-called violations, sinasabi na attribute sa ABS-CBN, these are just afterthoughts to justify, to legalize the action of Congress to not renew the franchise of ABS-CBN. But if you look at, well, you'll have to go back to history. Kanino ba ang ABS-CBN before? Sinasabi, na-sequester, bigla na lang binigay sa ABS-CBN. But ABS-CBN was owned, or well, is owned by the Lopezes even before that, even before martial law. Sino ba ang file ng case against the Eugenio Lopez for anti-sedition? It was Marcos. So the point is, kung may mga violations, assuming for the sake of argument na may mga violations ang ABS-CBN, is it necessary to kill the corporation, the entire corporation, and in the process put into prejudice hundreds, in fact thousands of employees?
So are you saying, Panyero, Attorney Don, na kung igwang mga violations kani, they pwedeng i-sacrifice ang freedom of expression, freedom of the press?
Well, yes, kasi if there were violations, assuming that they're true, then you go after the corporation for their violations. Halimbawa, labor, tax, then go after ABS for tax evasion.
Okay. Back to you, Panyera, Attorney Trixie. Back to you, Attorney Trixie.
Yes.
Yes, Panyera, Attorney Trixie, you were mentioning about violations of ABS-CBN, of the under the corporation code. Hindi ba kailangan patunayan yan sa korte? I mean, or even before the Securities and Exchange Commission, ba't kailangan lahat ito ay nagkaroon ng is Congress the appropriate venue to argue all of these issues at maging basihan para hindi i-renew ang franchise ng ABS-CBN. Why were all of these accusations against ABS-CBN not brought before the proper forum or the proper judicial authority?
Yes, this is where we distinguish again the difference between freedom of speech and freedom of the press, particularly when the freedom here is to broadcast. Matagal nang kinilala ng ating Korte Suprema yung far-reaching effects ng isang broadcast company or media company, at kinikilala rin to actually in jurisprudence the world over. Bakit mahalaga? Kasi nakakapasok ito sa ating isipan at saka very profound po ang effect dun sa choices ng taong bayan. In fact, ang pinuposit namin dito is that ABS-CBN is a major player in monopolizing thought. Kaya nga po, meron tayong kaya nationalized po ang broadcast, kaya nationalized ang media is in order to maintain this distinct Filipino identity. At malakas po kasi ang kapit ng isang media corporation sa ganong klaseng pag-iisip ng taong bayan. And it goes into political thought as well. They can influence a vote. They can influence an economic activity. They can, in fact, influence whether or not a president is going to be overthrown. Ganun kalakas ang influensya ng media. And particularly, media that is as powerful as television. At makikita po natin na marami sa ating social ills ay ma-relate natin dun sa mga nakikita ng taong bayan sa television. Bawa ang sa dahil sa pag-propagate ng pop culture that is prevalent in media corporations. So yes, definitely kailangan matpasa yung ng mga companies na ganito, partly since ang ginagamit nila ay gobyerno, ang ginagamit na ay isang
medyo may problema kita sa internet connection from the end of Attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles. Now, can you comment, Panyero, Attorney Don, on the statement of Attorney Trixie na ang ABS-CBN kaya daw pero nakaka-impluensya na mag-iigwa ng monopoly of thought. How would you comment on that?
Well, that is true. Bako lang actually ang ABS-CBN. Even the radio stations, local radio stations, they sa mga through their anchors, sa mga nagtataoning comments, nakaka-mold o nakaka-form sila ng opinions na makaka-influence sa public. So, totoo man yan na pati ang ABS, lalo ng ABS-CBN, of course, because it is reputedly the largest media network. And sinasabi nga na kingmakers ang ABS-CBN. So, they determine kung sisay magiging presidente or they influence kung sisay ang dapat botohan.
So, sa madaling sabi, ninhuli ka yan, pwede nang pakiaraman kan gobyerno nasyonal an sarong TV network actually, like ABS-CBN.
Actually, Abogado Juan, that is precisely the reason why they targeted ABS-CBN. because they see ABS-CBN as, well, obviously an obstacle to further their agenda.
When you say there, are you referring to
the executive, of course? Siyempre may gusto sila mangyari, may gusto sila kung sino gusto nila maging presidente ulit, and they see the president and they see ABS-CBN as a big obstacle to that. In fact, kaya nga tinarget ang ABS-CBN precisely because sa sinabi ni Attorney Trixie, nagfo-form sila ng malaki ang nagagawa nila para mag-form ng public opinion.
Yung sinasabi ni Attorney Trixie na monopoly of thought, ano?
Yes.
Because of the popularity, the patronage of the audience in the Philippines and worldwide sa ABS-CBN, then talagang malaki ang impluensya nila.
Yes.
So, gusto ko lang pong batiin si Brother Noel Cantago of the Society of Jesus, si Sir Danny De Leon, Mr. Avi Mesa, Abogado Juan. Thanks for bringing Attorney Trixie to the forum. Igaw po ibang mga comments, Achan. Achan po, mapanaog kita nin, again, siring po kang nakaagi, ini pong Abogado Juan Bidi-Bidi face mask. Ano po? Ini po hand-woven fabric and of course hand-embroidered. Ano po? Bakong machine. Ini pong collector's item na Abogado Juan face mask. So, ang gigibon po nindo para po manggana ka ini, we will be giving out 5 face masks, Abogado Juan face mask. You just have to type #freedom. Si primero pong 5 na makaka-comment ng #freedom will be entitled to 1 Abogado Juan Bidi-Bidi face mask each. Pasalamatan taman po ang nanggarana kansarong simana si Miss Julie Navarro, Miss Belle D. Donacao, Miss Majo Lee, Miss Ellen Albero, Miss Analiza Ordiales. Salamat po sa indo. Mabuelta po ang programang Hapot Mo Simbagko Weekly Online Community Forum.
Diyos mabalos sa mga minasunod. JMCYK Bookkeeping Services and JMCYK Travel and Tours. Owned by Joel and Masing Brioso. Home baked by Farah. Home of the authentic Japanese cheesecake. Confidence in Motion, Subaru. Northern Quest Canadian Immigration Services by Bicolano Canadian Immigration Consultant, Attorney Earl Francis Dacara. Bidi-Bidi Bags by Bernadette de los Santos of Bao, Camarines Sur. District Transport Taxi, owned and operated by Mr. and Mrs. Arnold Tria.
Okay, balita po kita sa programang Hapot Mo Simbagko Weekly Online Community Forum. Iyon na po ini ang episode 10 kan sa tuya pong programa, as in very interesting. Sa tuya pong tema ngunyan, ninhuli po ta pigorlayan taan manungod sa freedom of the press in particular. Uyon po sa tuya pong Constitution, sa Ligang Batas, 1987 Constitution, Section 4, Article 3, Bill of Rights, na nagsasabi na no law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, of the press, and to peaceably assemble for redress of grievances. So, ngunyan, nakafocus po kita digdi. Biltahan ta po si Attorney Trixie via Zoom. Ano po? Panyera, I was asking you about the violations, the alleged violations of ABS-CBN under the corporation code or under the corporation law. Ba't kailangan sa Kongreso pag-usapan yung mga violations na ito? Ba't hindi sa before the proper forum? And you will, yung statement mo kanina, medyo na naputol, Panyera. So can you repeat your statement again for the benefit of the viewing public?
Opo. So we're talking about monopoly of thought, no? Kasi kailangan i-guarantee na merong variety. As we know, diversity. Kasi even in biology, pagka may diversity, mas malakas ang isang ecosystem. Gayon din ang isang lipunan, yung sinasabi natin, let 1,000 flowers bloom. Ibig sabihin, the more opinions there are, then the safer our society is.
Panyera, can I cut you short? Can I cut you short? You're talking about monopoly of thought. Yes. Kasalanan ba ng ABS-CBN na marami silang viewers? I mean, they enjoy a big chunk of the market insofar as viewership is concerned. Kasi hindi naman yata nila kasalanan yun, Panyera.
Na actually kasalanan po nila kasi nag-violate po sila not just ng NTC rules, ng PD 576A at saka ng Telecommunications Act as well as the Public Service Act. Doon po sa pagkuha nila halimbawa ng AMCARA sa paggamit nila ng usufructuary rights over AMCARA, nagkaroon sila ng second na network and they did not bother to hide this one. They also were able to create their pay-per-view. They were also able to have a separate franchise for Sky Cable, which means that they dominated. Okay, while domination is not necessarily a violation of fair competition, ibig sabihin lang nito is that they get a virtual dictatorial power over what we're thinking, seeing, and talking about. So yung nakikita nila sa news, dahil mas maraming taong nakakakita, mas marami lang kasi dinadaya nila, they were gaming the rules. Ngayon, tama ba na pakinggan ito dito sa Kongreso? Of course, kasi ang Kongreso nag-exercise siya ng discretion. While this was not a hearing, a trial in the strict sense of the word, kailangan may basehan dun sa pag-exercise ng discretion ng ating mga kongresista. Yes, we'll give them a franchise. No, we'll give them a franchise. What are our reasons for either one? So yung paglalabas ng kanilang continued violations, the danger that they pose to society by virtually dictating everything that we hear. And oh, by the way, the kind of dominance that ABS-CBN was exercising is a danger to small radio stations like the ones that we have in provinces. Kasi nauubos yung resources ng maliliit na stasyon dahil masyadong malaki sila. And that is part of the discretion na ginagamit ng Kongreso.
Yeah, Attorney Trixie, assuming na talagang meron silang mga ginawang ganon, nag-branch out sila into other smaller channels. Ano po? All of this, you said, were done openly, notoriously, na alam naman ng publiko and even alam din malamang ng concerned government agencies, kagaya po ng SEC, kagaya po ng NTC. Ba't hindi sila man lang nag-question? I mean, for the entire duration of 25 years, while their franchise was existing, but hindi nila question yun. And they had to wait for the hearings before the Congress to do so.
Bihira kasi mag-exercise ang ating Kongreso ng kanilang oversight functions, which is actually correct, a failing of Congress.
No, what I mean, Panyera, ba't hindi sila niregulate ng SEC at saka ng NTC while they've been doing this openly, as you said, openly nilang ginawa ito. I'm not referring to Congress as performing its oversight function over a franchise, which is a privilege given to a franchisee like television or media network. But yung mga specific agencies tasked to regulate the operations of TV networks like ABS-CBN, ay hindi nila in-exercise yung kanilang functions. Well, pwede natin sabihin na oversight functions over these networks that they are tasked and duty-bound to regulate.
No, I agree na hindi nga magsugid ang pagbabantay sa kanila ng National Telecommunications Commission. Gayunpaman, yung feeling ng NTC na i-regulate sila does not mean that ABS-CBN is getting away scot-free. Meron pa yung tinatawag na regulatory capture. At nakikita natin na nangyayari ito at this time. And ito na lang review ng prangkisa ang naglagay ng powerful na ilaw dito para nakikita natin yung extent ng regulatory capture na ito. Halimbawa, every time na re-renew yung prangkisa, the NTC just gives them a certificate of public convenience and necessity. And in fact, makikita natin yung regulatory capture dito when ABS-CBN was requiring the NTC to issue them a permit to operate even while their franchise was pending. So it was the first time na nahindian sila. But even when they went to the Supreme Court, nakita natin, one, wala silang TRO. And it's the possibility of the dismissal of this ABS-CBN case is very real. Bakit? Wala silang karapatan. Wala silang right na ma-claim over the things that they have been exercising. Halimbawa, yung continued broadcast kahit wala silang prangkisa was something that they took for granted. So even if assuming that it happens to other stations or to other, it explains to us the limits of NTC, the auto limitation that the NTC has been doing. In other words, yeah, kailangan nating imbestigahan ng NTC, but that doesn't mean ABS-CBN gets away with this.
Ang ibig ko sabihin na Panyara, ba't hindi na lang before the NTC or the SEC i-grant mo na sila ng franchise, and all of these matters are all allegations which are evidentiary. Ibig sabihin, mapapatunayan yan sa proper forum or proper quasi-judicial body that has exclusive jurisdiction to hear and try cases kung meron mang mga ganitong mga binabatong mga akusasyon laban sa ABS-CBN. Why is it that Congress has to step into the shoes of SEC, NTC, and perhaps other regulatory agencies sa panahon na nire-renew nila ang kanilang prangkisa?
Ano yung magiging basihan nila sa pag-approve at saka sa pag-deny? Sasabihin ba natin that their less than exemplary behavior is certainly a reason for them to consider, are these people still worthy of getting a franchise? Gayon nga, ang dami nilang controversies and issues. Yes, the penalties will be imposed on them by the appropriate bodies, by the courts, if it is necessary, but that doesn't mean that Congress gets to sit down and say, wala namang kayong kaso, bigyan na namin yung prangkisa. Walang rule na nagsasabi na kailangan kaso. Walang rule na nagsasabi na kailangan makulong muna yung mga directors ng ABS-CBN bago sila i-deny ng prangkisa. Remember that this is a privilege and they can be accorded the strictest liability or the strictest scrutiny by Congress, because Congress is exercising discretion which only they can limit. Diba? Wala naman nakalagay sa saligang batas na kailangan mabuwag muna yung korporasyon, kailangan may kaso, kailangan makulong, kailangan nag-impose na ng penalties. Congress can determine that for itself. Nobody has said that Congress's discretion has limitations.
Okay, Congress definitely has that power in aid of legislation, because the grant of a franchise is a legislative function. Ang ibig ko lang sabihin na Panyara, Attorney Trixie, yung full-blown trial, yung due process requirements under the Constitution, ay hindi ba makaka-apekta yan? Makaka-affect, pasensya na, may mahina akong mag-Tagalog, makaka-affect sa basic right ng isang juridical personality like ABS-CBN to due process. Dahil siyempre Congress yan, ang hearing dyan hanggang bukas lang o ilang upuan lang, ilang sessions lang. Hindi kagaya ng all of these issues will be ventilated in the proper forum and in the proper jurisdiction. But before you answer that question, before you react to those comments, we will be back after these reminders.
So let's speak to Danilo Arroyo, an associate professor of journalism at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Danilo, so freedom of the press is guaranteed under the constitution in the Philippines. So what exactly has ABS-CBN done illegally to have its operating license revoked?
There was nothing illegal that ABS-CBN did, and no less than the government agencies like the Bureau of Internal Revenue, and even the National Telecommunications Commission said that everything is above board. The problem with majority of the legislators who are members of the Committee on Legislative Franchises is that they ignored the recommendations of the NTC and the BIR and their findings, and they just went about their ways. So this is clearly a systematic attack on the media, because we cannot forget what happened, not just on ABS-CBN, but also to Rappler and Maria Ressa, to be more specific, as well as other members of the alternative media regarding the harassment and intimidation that they are facing under this administration. Make no mistake about it.
Okay.
This is not just because of Congress, but because of the President himself.
Danilo, let me ask you, can ABS-CBN appeal this decision? And if they do take this much higher to the Supreme Court, is the decision to close down the station likely to be exactly the same?
Well, of course, the options would still be there. There are legal options available. But at the same time, we need to sustain the public pressure so that Congress would be able to finally grant this particular franchise. There's an option to appeal the decision, as well as to refile for another franchise application. But my fearless forecast here is that under the current administration, it might be an uphill battle, and ABS-CBN would have to wait until the next presidential elections that would happen in 2022. But
Danilo,
regardless, if you look at...
let me jump in with a final question for you. I mean, critics of ABS-CBN say, look, the channel represents the rich and powerful of the Philippines, and as an old mainstream media offering, it's really out of touch with the will of social media users. What's your response to that?
Well, right now, there is really a duopoly in the Philippine media landscape, and the oligarchy would really need to be, called out every now and then. But the Congress should not be there to regulate media content and to be selective in terms of what oligarchy it will be attacking, because it's as if it goes against the Lopezes, the owners of ABS-CBN, but they would want to replace it with another oligarchy, because that's the narrative that's happening right now. And of course, we have to always keep in mind that self-regulation and editorial independence should be sustained, and we cannot afford the weaponization of such laws.
Danilo Arroyo, thank you very much indeed for talking to Al Jazeera. Thank you for your time.
Welcome po kita sa programang Hapot Mo, Simbagko Weekly Online Forum, Community Forum. Medyo po kulang na kita sa oras, kaya medyo ma-wrap up na po kita in a while. Ano po? Balik kita duman sa tuyang pakikipag-ulay ki Panyera, Attorney Trixie. Panyera, Attorney Trixie?
Yes po.
Yes. Ang follow-up ko doon sa sinasabi ko kanina, ba't kailangan Congress ang mag-function as a court, meaning as a quasi-judicial authority, na meron namang SEC, merong National Telecommunications Commission? Kasi alam naman natin na mga abogado, meron yung procedure. Pag matalo ka sa NTC o kaya SEC, pupunta ka sa Court of Appeals. Kung Congress na mismo ang nag-exercise ng judicial function, would that not result in usurpation of judicial authority?
Of course not, because the due process will apply when you have a right. Diba? No person may be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. What is the property that ABS-CBN is entitled to? What is their right? Diba? So, the due process, sure, it will apply when those proceedings in the SEC and all other cases are filed, like in the Court of Tax Appeals. Then due process will apply there. But in Congress, where there is only the exercise of discretion over a privilege to which they have no right, yun nga yung problema sasabihin wala silang due process. Nothing has been taken away from ABS-CBN. They were asking for something. They were asking for a privilege which could be denied. In fact, the exercise of discretion of Congress is so broad that it cannot be restricted, not even by the Supreme Court. So actually, what Congress was doing here was an auto-limitation.
Okay, paano pag mali ang Congress? I mean, nagkamali sila sa kanilang exercise of wisdom. Paano na? Yung procedure na dapat sundin kung merong natatalo sa SEC as performing a quasi-judicial function o kaya NTC, mawawala yun bigla. Would that not violate the basic provisions on due process? But before you answer that, any quick comments from Attorney Don?
Well, ang problema kasi dito, if these issues that are being raised, as I've said before, these are afterthoughts. Ang punot dulo is the President got what he wanted. He wanted ABS-CBN out, and he got it. The Congress followed, kumbaga, kung anong sinabi ng Presidente, sumunod yung Congress. And all these things na nire-raise, these are just afterthoughts para ma-justify na kunwari legal. Kunwari legal yung hindi pag-renew.
Panyera, Attorney Trixie, back to you. Medyo nakakalungkot dahil tapos na ang ating oras. Any parting words? Unang-una, maraming salamat. I mean, napagbigyan mo ang aming munting programa. Itong hapot mo, simbag ko. Sa Tagalog, tanong mo, sagot ko. Abogado Juan. Marami pong salamat sa inyong oras. You were able to enlighten us and of course the viewing public about a lot of legal issues na marami ring hindi nalilinawan. So any parting words before we end the program in a short while?
Maraming salamat din sa pag-imbita sa akin dito sa programa ninyo, Mayor. Matagal na tayo hindi nagkikita. One of these days, pag wala ng COVID, makadalaw na uli sa inyo.
Hindi kasi alam ng madlang people and of course ng ating guest na yung husband kasi ni Attorney Trixie used to be my office mate. Regards kay Panyero, Attorney Bong Angeles. He has been a very good friend to me nung magkakasama pa kami. And of course, more power sa inyo at sa iyong family. And maraming salamat. Wala na akong kasabi. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat din. At least nagkita na tayo ulit.
Oo nga. After 3 decades maybe? 3? Oo.
The last time was nung NCCA
80s pa. So, thank you very much. So, more power.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Maraming salamat.
Attorney Don, kitang dua. So, quick reaction bago kita matapos.
Okay, Attorney, I leave the legal issues to the experts, no. But for me, if they say na ang ABS-CBN is a kingmaker, did we contribute to
siya po kuha ni Kasubago, kung kingmaker man ang ABS-CBN, kasalan man ninda yan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a competition for viewership, for listenership. Ngunyan, kung gulpi sa indang nagdadaralan, bako naman indong kasalan, but sabihin, effective ka mo, na gusto ninda ang sa indong kantaho, ang sa indong mga shows. Pero ang punto kaya ni Attorney Trixie, nagpara-create pa siya ng mga smaller channels. Ngayon, nagkaigwan ng monopoly of thought, but sabihin, haros majority of the channels, ABS-CBN. So, ENC, pigko-question sa SEC, tapos sa National Telecommunications Commission, alagad, ang sabi ko man nga ni, tano taday pig-investigaran kang NTC and SEC. Aram mo kaya, kung Congress na ang madesisyon, manungod sa mga issues sa dapat ang magdesisyon ang SEC, and NTC exercising their quasi-judicial functions, pigwara mo itong itong diretsyo sa due process na mag-appeal mag-certiorari, mag-petition for review. Because the decision of Congress to deny the franchise is final. Kunya, you can just, I don't know kung ano ang gigibon ng Supreme Court. Ibang mga pending petitions ang ABS-CBN and other quarters questioning the decision of the of Congress, of the House committee that na naggadan duman sa application for renewal kan ABS-CBN. Attorney Don.
Masasabi ko dyan, Mayor, yan ang Duterte administration baga has been with us since 2016. So 4 years na, and may mga sinasabi si Attorney Trixie na may mga violations. Ang question is, ano ta dainin da finalaning kaso ang ABS-CBN duman sa mga violations na nahiling na o na-existing na ever since magtukaw ang administrasyon.
Okay, pero ang pagsasabi man ni Attorney Trixie, very wide ang latitude kang poder, kang House of Representatives at nasa level ninda sa pag-grant or revoke or even renew a franchise. Ngunyan, data sinta pagpugulan kung may nahiling sinta mga sala. So iyan ang pagsasabi. Pero sabi ko nga ni, itong mga sala are within the power of quasi-judicial agencies na mayo man garong expertise ini mga di ko ang pigsasabi pero bad kulang ang expertise. Kaya nga ni kita mga regulatory agencies aron kang SEC and NTC because they have the expertise para questionon, imbestigaran ano man ang mga violations. And they have been deprived of that. Nawa running ning diretso ang ABS-CBN na questionon before the proper jurisdiction. Ang sa indang mga ang mga akusasyon laban sa sainda. Sa madaling sabi, because of that wide latitude of authority given to Congress, iyan pa lang pwede nilang i-echapera ang poder kang SEC and NTC. So, good morning po kay Councilor Badong del Castillo watching, Attorney Mike Xavier Albao, Mr. Albert Ronquillo, ang comment niya po, bitin. Ano po? So, kay June Abelardo and of course, my friend, Attorney Edwin Hidalgo. Belated happy birthday, Panyero. Kasugma birthday mo. So, back to you. Parting words, Attorney Don.
Well, ngunya na maliwanag na mayong renewal of franchise. So, mayo nang sagabal ang executive sa kung ano man na plano ninda sa maarabot na panahon. Dahil obviously nahiling ninda na ang ABS-CBN is a big obstacle, kan sinabi ko, duman sa plano ninda sa 2022. But in the process, we have 10,000 families who will be suffering. And basically, in my opinion, we will
Risa is one of the 10,000.
We will be in the dark ages. Kasi nahiling taman na ang ABS-CBN hard-hitting sa presidente. Every now and then, kasi very fickle ang memory kang Pilipino, every now and then, mahiling ta ang mga clips, kumbaga, kung ano ang mga sinarabi kang presidente, mga gibo-gibo niya. So, obviously, daiyan maray sa panglasa kang presidente.
Okay. So, salamat, Panyero, Attorney Don. And, of course, lastly, kay Riza.
Okay, thank you, no, Attorney Bongat and Attorney Don. Ako, yun nga, kasi bago na po ito lang sa sinabi ko na if they say na ang ABS-CBN minomonopolize nila yung thought ng public, I believe nakaangkla pa din kami sa Code of Ethics kang media na dapat totoo, balanse ang mga impormasyon na ipinapaluwas para magdesisyon ang publiko. If they say na kingmaker ang ABS-CBN, did we contribute duman sa pagiging presidente positively? Diba? Did we contribute positively duman sa pagiging presidente ni Presidente Duterte? If they say na ang ABS-CBN is a kingmaker, Diba? So, ako naman, what happened to ABS-CBN is, sana day ini talaga magresulta sa sinasabing chilling effect. Sana day mag-crear ng takot, ng kahandalan sa mga journalists sa bilog na Pilipinas because kaipuhan igwa pa din boses Kaipuhan igwang nagtutuyaw sa gobyerno, dapat maging transparent, dapat yaon si partisipasyon kan mga namamanwaan na ang journalist, ang media lamang ang nakakapaabot. Diba? Nagiging boses sa mga kasaradayan. So, this shouldn't be a threat. Itong nangyari sa ABS-CBN, dapat magpadagos, dapat maging rigmat paman giraray para sa ikararahay kan bilog na Pilipinas, asin kan lambang Pilipino.
Thank you very much. Dakulaan po ang magpapasalamat. Enot kay Attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles, kay Attorney Don Brogais, and of course, Kirisa. Ngunyan, uya po anang garana sa tuya pong pakonsuelo face masks. Miss Gracia Olfindo, congratulations. Mr. Mar, de ko araw pong Mr. ni Marion.
Mr.
We are with you, kapamilya, kakayanin natin to. #freedom. Esperanza Prima, #freedom. Russell John Achondo, and of course, Maria Hernani Rivera. Congratulations po sa satuyang mga nanggarana kaning souvenir, collector's item, bidi-bidi, Abogado Juan face masks. Next week po, ang satuyang tema, i-announce mi sa masunod na aldaw sa page kang hapot mo simbag ko Abogado Juan. Dahil na po kita magpaparalawig pa. Salamat sa indo pong suporta sa tuya pong programang ini. Starting August 1, igwa na pong kapartner ang hapot mo simbag ko Abogado Juan. Magiging simulcast na po ang satuyang programa over 95.1 Home Radio Naga. So ito po medyo maluya ang internet. Pwede ka mo mag-tune in sa Home Radio Naga 95.1 starting August 1. Pareho pong oras, simulcast. Sabado, August 1, po dyan, kada Sabado, sabay na via FB Live and Home Radio 95.1 Naga. So, ini po si Abogado Juan, masurog sa tama, makontra sa sala. Taan tama-tama, ang sala, sala.